How we doing out there? I'm Servant. I'm definitely Pisces. I told you that I would get back today on that. A couple of bankers that were supposed to call me. One of them called me today. And the thing about it is that when you're hearing on YouTube that you can go to 1906 CFR or CFSR 2001 and go to the bank and borrow money on docs and just with an EIN. Well, as far as I discovered from one, that's not true. It's a lie. You know, the thing about what is going on Facebook, maybe it may be true about certain things, but most of everything that I found on there hasn't been the truth at all. And you know, I was going on there to look up a web page, for somebody to build me a web page. And they said, yeah, we'll build you a web page for $79. Then there's no more than that. Then put your credit card here. Do you really believe all these people out there that will just actually put down a credit card just because you said you'd do something, but you never had any conversation with them? No email, no nothing. You know, it seems to me like, you know, if Facebook and YouTube and all these people want to put that stuff on there, shouldn't that be illegal? You know, really? To see who's dumb enough to actually take the bait and who should be responsible for that? You? Because you got sucked into something? They're using all that money to what? Do what? It's not right. And I know it's not. This one guy, he'd called me today, and we done a Zoom meeting, which my camera didn't work. Nice guy, really nice guy. On a credit build out. And the thing about it was that he was supposed to call me back. Well, I kind of gave him the shot of the Lord, and he never called me back. So what I'm trying to tell you is that most of all this stuff you see on there is somebody trying to take something away from you. You know, it's going to cost $1,500. Okay, well, I understand. But there's never a call back. The only one that called me back was the banker. And you know he's a shyster. No, but understand that the truth will set you free. If it's too good to believe, or let me put it another way, should it be on there? There's an algorithm. I mean, they can set all these principal aspects to one single page group instead of one page. Then you read all the scam on there, and then you put, okay, we'll put your address, phone number, da-da-da. There's cookies. Understand that how this stuff is working. They know that. Mark Zuckerberg knows it. Elon Musk knows it. Clark Gable knows it, even whether you know him or not. But the thing about it is that, is it right or is it wrong? It's wrong. I mean, no ifs, ands, buts, or ors about it. Why would they let somebody post like that? And they can stop that. It's a single page. All you got to do is it says, okay, we'll build your website. You go in there and you look at it, and then it says phone number. But no, that's too much of their time, you know. But your money's not valuable enough for their time. Same as what I was telling you about the attorney. You know, they want to do an intake and then check your credit history and everything else to see whether you're worthy of their time, even though you're going to pay for it. You know, what is this? It's all just a big farce, is what it is. All of it. The things you see on there, the things that people talk about, crypto, same way. XPR, XLM. The only way that you can do that is you got to do your own due diligence. Now, me, I do my due diligence. Have I been scammed? No, not yet. But they'd sure like to. But I'm very cautious. I don't put my stuff out there in certain places. Excuse me. And the thing about it is that to be a good steward of what you're doing with God's money, you may seem like you earned it, but guess what? It's the Father's. It's not yours. Are you tithing your 10% to the church or to a food bank or wherever it may be? Are you giving somebody on the street corner money? There's one guy that said, well, it actually was a Catholic bishop. He said, I would not ever give a street person money. And then all of a sudden he goes, but I changed my mind. Because it wasn't his money, is what he had to really realize. He was just called to help the person. The person has to make the decision. The thing about it is you just said, this is from God. And that's as best you can do. You can tell them not to do this, not to do that, but the best thing to do is actually just give it to them in charity. And that's God's money. God will take care of that, not you. It's not your problem. Your judgment, it's not your judgment. It's the Father's judgment. Anyways, thought I'd give that little information out there today. And understand that, as far as being children of God, you have a lot more responsibility than you really realize. To help people, be charitable, to understand where you're at and what you're doing with the people, and understanding the people. Judgment is for the Father, okay? And I looked through some few stuff today. I was going through Proverbs about the wicked, and understanding the different parts of chastisement as you're doing whatever you're doing. And is it right, wrong, or indifferent? Well, immediately if it's wrong, okay? Maybe it's something you kept doing over and over and over again, but you still know it's wrong, okay? The soul will tell you. And like I said, the lukewarm part, if you don't understand who the Father is, I'm sorry. You don't understand who Jesus is. I'm very sorry. Because I had my bout today. Do I keep pushing on? What is this? What is this? Why am I not doing all these other things? Why are all these obstacles in my way? Why am I not pushing on through it? How come the blessings and gifts don't hit the ground in front of me? Well, the reason being because it was me. It was all because of my own self. The reason being is because I was doing things in my way. That's not how this works. So I had to quit and, more or less say, I surrender all, Father. I surrender all. And that's what I did. No matter what takes place, no matter what goes on, I will wait upon the Father, no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes. Like I said, I'm always been a push, go, 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 go guy. Well, I'm learning some pretty tough lessons myself. So understand that you're the most wonderful people. You're the children of God, and He wants to spend that time with you, just like He spends it with me. Have I spent some of my time unwisely? Yes, I have. Am I changing my ways? Yes, I am. And it has to be. It has to change. Or, guess what? I won't be here talking no more. So He knows I don't want that. I like talking to all you beautiful people out there anyways. Anyways, let's run through the understanding of obedience, which that kind of caught me because it was my thing, my understanding of what I have to do. Hebrew, Shema, Greek, Hapakoya. Yep. Man normally comes under 5 principal authorities which require obedience. First, as a child, his parents, then in school, his teachers, then industry or business, his employer or master. Fourthly, the government, and lastly, the principal God. The supreme test, faith in God is obedience. He who obeys because he loves God is very wise. Throughout the Bible, obedience is linked to faith. Christ himself obeyed the Father, giving to us the supreme example of obedience. Christians are called children of obedience. That's you. And like I said, under my circumstances, same thing. Being obedient. Pushing hard this way, trying to get something accomplished. Pushing hard that way, trying to get something accomplished. When the Father has pulled you out from underneath a burning building and you're still trying to push your own way. Well, that was the understanding that it's not my way, it's his way. And get ready to spend some time. He knows my impatience was the part of holding me back. And I understand that fully now. So, understand how it happens. Job describes a portion of the wicked. Moreover, Job continued his parable and said, As God, the most high righteous love, liveth, who hath taken away my judgment? And the Almighty, who hath vexed my soul? All the while my breath is in me, and the Spirit of God is, the most high righteous love, is in my nostril. My lips shall not speak wickedness, nor my tongue utter deceit. God, the most high righteous love, forbid that I should justify you till I die. I will not remove my integrity from me. My righteousness I hold fast, and I will not let it go. My heart shall not reproach me so long as I live. Let mine enemy be as the wicked, and he that riseth up against me as the unrighteous. For what is hope of a hypocrite? Through he hath gained. When God, the most high righteous and loved, taketh away his soul, will God hear his cry, the most high righteous and loved? When trouble cometh upon him, will he delight himself in the Almighty? Will he always call upon God, the most high righteous love? I will teach you by the hand of God, the most high righteous love, that which is with the Almighty will I conceal. Behold, all ye yourselves have seen. Why then are ye thus altogether vain? This is the portion of a wicked man with God, the most high righteous love, and the heritage of the oppressor, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with the bread. Thus that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. Though he heap up silver and dust, and prepare a remnant as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver. He buildeth his house as a moth, and as both that the keeper maketh. The rich man shall lie down, and he shall not be gathered. He openeth his eyes, and he is not. Terrors take hold of him as waters, and the tempest stealeth him away in the night. The east wind carrieth him away, and he departeth, and the storm hurleth him out of his place. For God, the most high, righteous, and love, shall cast upon him, and not spare. He would fan flee out of his hands. Men shall clap their hands at him, and shall hiss him out of his place. Well, understand that the point, will he delighteth himself in the Almighty? Will he always call upon God? And if you notice how you trip and fall, or you almost get hit, or you almost do something dangerously, and then, you catch yourself, and you say, "Oh Jesus," or "Oh my God," if you notice that secondhand, it's not something you normally say. But understand that in faith, these things come upon you. So understand that the Father wants to spend time with you. He wants to unlock that gift that you have, because He's given you something that needs to be out here today. Okay, same as what He's given me. And I believe that if you spend time with Him in His precepts, statutes, commandments, testimonies, He'll give you the insight of what you're looking for. You're in a spin cycle. You hurt yourself. Somebody may have hurt you. Maybe in your family, maybe in friends, maybe in whatever it may be. It's going to hurt. It's going to take time. Spending time with the Father and taking care of it yourself, and just understand that He will pull you out of that. Once you get spending time with the Father and He pulls you out of it, you won't never go back again. You're a changed person. You're going to want to do the things by the flesh. You are. I can attest for that. I mean, I have, till I finally said, "Okay, Father, that's the end up for me. I surrender all." And you have to really realize that He's here right now to help you and help everybody out there. Legions of angels. And if you could see through the veil, you could see legions of angels and understand how this is working for you and not against you. All the prayers that are always around you, you just don't know about. Jesus is right there. Okay? He's right there. Just understand that how this is really working for your better good. You got a problem? Like I said, you may be into witchcraft. You may be a soothsayer. You may be whatever you are, tarot readers, whatever you are. Understand that just because you act that way doesn't mean that's who you are. Okay? And like I said, if you're doing it for mammon, you got double trouble. Now, the way that works is you're doing something and taking something and spinning somebody up on your words. The way that happens, the high and low effect. And people nowadays, since I met a pagan, and since I've met covens and all these other people, and people doing witchcraft, I understand how this all works now. The understandable part of it is the psychological effect that you're putting on other people. That's all it is. And like I said, there's not very many probably on this whole planet anymore that are soothsayers, or anybody that really knows what they're doing. They know to go to the edge. I mean, they can read a book and they can go to the edge, but they don't understand what they drag in. Just because you walk to the edge doesn't mean that can't cross borders by an inch. Okay? Understand what I'm telling you. The fact of what the Father is trying to tell everybody. The thing that is going on overseas. The thing that's happening in your hometowns. The things that are happening around the world. Understand. Spend the time with the Father to really get to understand. And just be just very good people, okay? Do the very best you can to be just as nice to everybody you can. The more kindness there is, the more the life of the world reacts in a different way instead of a terminal way. It's the terminal velocity gets shut off, and then all of a sudden everything slows down. So this is where we're at this point in time. And I hope that every one of you out there understands spend the time with the Father. Okay? It's crucial. It really is to you if you really want to go to heaven. Because what I know for a fact is how everything is lukewarm. It's tough to understand how, from my point of view, okay, at this point in my point of view and in my life, it's hard to understand that how this got so far off the beaten path. But anyways, I love you guys. I really do. I want y'all to really understand what I'm trying to tell you. The Father himself, is here. He wants to spend that time with you. It's very important because something is coming, okay? I'm doing my battles every day, okay? And it's with self, okay? And it's with the flesh. So understand how this is working and understand that I surrender all, okay? That's how this works, okay? You have to give everything to the Father. Well, guess what? It don't work. Anyhow, I'm going to get off here. I gave you a little information on both sides. So, anyways, I love you guys. The Father loves you very much. You're the most wonderful children of God. Anyways, Jesus on your lips. Father's in you. And you do have legions of angels. I am servant, and I'm definitely a Pisces. Y'all have a good one. Bye.